Very good. Welcome back. Thank you. This is Mooji here. We have just completed the first part of my response to many of the letters that have been written and sent in to myself. And some of our team have gotten together and looked through the letters and have selected some. I'm going to read all of them at some point. I may not necessarily read them out online as I am now, but I would endeavor to do as many as I feel touched by, and hope that you enjoy them. Okay, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us for this afternoon's letter reading. Thank you. Dear Guruji, hope this finds you well. I am not feeling myself home. After years and years of struggling and failures, I am losing hope for my studies and my life. It has been a long time since I stopped listening to your words, feeling anger and disappointment towards myself, and the recent events urge me to remember who I truly am. Please, Mooji, help me to find myself again. Gratefully, from Lebanon, Hassan. Dear Guruji, hope this finds you well. I'm not feeling myself home. After years and years of struggling and failures, I'm losing hope for my studies and my life. Who speaks like this? Identity, personal identity. Personal identity suffers this type of thoughts. Personal identity is not what you are. Truth is what you really are, and what you will always be, but not necessarily what you will recognize. And my being with you now is to remind you of your unfailing self. You say, I'm losing hope for my studies and my life. Your true self is beyond hope, is beyond aspiration, is beyond failure. This is what I came to tell you, Hassan. This is what I've been trying to share with you. This is another chance, you see? Now, you say it has been a long time since I stopped listening to your words. And I know that. I know that sometimes, someone who's encouraging you at a certain point, your mind rebels and goes, it's not working, nothing is working, it's all words, words, words. This is mind can react like that. Still, at the place of truth, nothing has really happened. Nothing needs to happen also, except the recognition that yourself is a stable and constant truth. Now, it has been a long time since I stopped listening to your words, feeling anger and disappointment towards myself. And the recent events, which is what everyone is talking about these days, the recent events urge me to remember who I truly am. It's pushing you. Look. And no one likes this virus that's going around today. Not because they know it, they don't know it, but because they feel threatened. They don't know what coronavirus is. If somebody showed a child this shape of the coronavirus or whatever, it looks like a lollipop. I mean, it's not anything, it doesn't look so terrifying. Okay? You don't know what it looks like, but we're all afraid. Why? Because of the threat that is going to take your life away. And even though sometimes we have a little bit of sadness in our lives, some struggles, you want to preserve your life. But more than just preserving your life, you need to be happy. You need to know what your life is and means. You need to know who you are. Because if you don't, then unhappiness is likely to follow you for a while, until you get tired of being unhappy. until you get tired of being unhappy. And I hope you get tired in the positive way. Because when you get tired in the positive way of being unhappy, you will search for the truth of who you are. When you get tired of being unhappy in the negative way, people do stupid things that they kill their body and think that puts an end to their misery. But the body is not unhappy. The body is not sad. The body can be healthy or unhealthy, but it's the mind that is sad or becomes happy. Your true self is beyond the sadness and happiness of most human beings. It is the bliss of God. And I am here as your friend to encourage you and to walk with you where it's possible on that journey of self-discovery. Okay? So, it has been a long time since I stopped listening to your words, feeling anger and disappointment towards myself. All that was the mind's play. And the recent events urge me to remember who I truly am. Please, Mooji, help me find myself again. Well, I don't know exactly where you are, but you can find my videos and come again with an open heart, because all my videos talk about is you. Is how to get back to you, the true you. True you. Because, you know, it's like if you imagine a child was born and then it grew up with the wrong family. It was switched at birth. And then somehow it always felt something is not right with this particular family. They abuse me or whatever. But then somebody meets them one time when they're like 15 or 16 or 20 or whatever and say, you know something? You tell me that you are born in this place and so on, but you look so much like some people who I know. And these people, I want to show, I have a picture of them. Look at this. Look at this person. I think this man is your father because this person has been looking for, they lost their child at hospital and looking, and I think it is you. And you follow up this lead and you find out that they are your real parents, and you go to find them and they very much welcome you. They're overjoyed. You're overjoyed. And all the things that you experienced before were still your experience. But the way that you experienced them was not true. Who you took yourself to be was not true. It's the same thing with the life. Who we take ourselves to be is not fully true. It's a mixture of truth and lies. In Satsang, in our talks, my talks with you is to help you to rediscover and to recognize your true nature. Your true nature, unlike the people in my story of the families who are separated by distance, there's no distance between you and your own self. There's no physical distance. If there's a distance, it's the distance created by imagination. And this distance, you will discover, does not really exist when you discover the truth of yourself. So continue, please, my dear Hassan, to watch the videos that I make, or any video of any teacher who talks about these things, who you feel drawn to, and who, when you listen to them, they challenge your misconceptions, or you feel respect for them, or they teach you something and you feel so much inspired by that. This is what I tried to do. It seemed like you experienced that you failed last time. I just think that your mind was in a strong place of resistance. Maybe it's not so much more now. Try again, and I'll meet you there. Okay? All my love to you, my dear Hassan. God bless you. Alhamdulillah. Now, beloved Master, there is hardly any fear here, and the little of it that shows up is not entertained for long moments, but much more time to listen to you, Ramana, Nisargadatta Maharaj, and other expressions of this wonderful teaching that is sprouting all over the planet. Identification with personhood has faded so beautifully thanks to all your pointings. And amidst all the voices of stress and panic that might reach you these days, this one here feels compelled to say, thank you. What you say is the truth. I love you, Andy. This is a wonderful letter, isn't it? It is a wonderful letter. So many people are feeling stressed and distressed and anxious and so on. And every now and again, I get a letter like this one. And I love to read it, not just because it makes me feel personally good in some way, but because I feel universally good. There's a lot of universe in Andy's words. It means that there are people to encourage you, to inspire you, that there are people who are happy even now. They know, as Andy say, there's hardly any fear here now. Once there used to be fear. That's why he says there's hardly any fear here now. And the little of it that shows up is not entertained for long anymore. It used to be different, you see. So these are people in a process of transcendence and growth, you see, who are realizing the truth of who they are. And this truth, it washes away fear. It takes away ignorance, arrogance, frustration, suffering. All these things it will take away. Why? Because they're not true. They're not true. And they will reveal your true nature. You see, your true nature. You say, you are not anymore afraid of these things. You have much more time to listen to Mooji, Ramana, Nisargadatta Maharaj, and other expressions of this wonderful teaching that is sprouting all over the planet. Identification with personhood has faded. So you see, it is possible that the identification of personhood, which is a limitation, it is also consciousness, but it's a mode of consciousness that's very, very limited. And as you are discovering the true self, you are becoming unlimited. And it's a beautiful excitement, a beautiful joy emerging in you, where you're not stifled by your mind's cramping, what I would call claustrophobic tendencies. You see, you are liberated into the infinite space of self. Identification with personhood has faded so beautifully thanks to your paintings. And amidst all the voices of stress and panic that might reach you these days, this one here feels compelled to say, thank you. What you say is the truth. I love you. Wonderful letter, Andy. A young man whose life is rich and enriched by truth and self-discovery. Yes. So will yours, whoever you are. All your aspirations be fulfilled. If your aspirations is for the truth, then I'm very encouraged, and I want to encourage you that amongst all things you can get in the whole world, this is the treasure you will not lose. God bless you. God bless you. My dearest Mooji, how come I feel so much light and love in these difficult times? Another one. How come I feel so much light and love in these difficult times? I feel one with this planet. I can feel her breathe again. I feel like I'm in a higher energy field. And here I am, just aware of the stillness around and in me. Who writes like this at a time like this? But at the same time, I still sense this deep sadness of what human beings have become. How can all this darkness emerge from the awareness? Can we, every individual, create a better future for our children by getting to know who we truly are? You know this, Juliet. How can a great future happen if you don't have a great present? Forget about future. nobody can ever reach the future. The future is an idea in your mind. What is real is the now beyond time, the eternal nowness of real experience, you see. How can all this darkness emerge from awareness? Well, from pure awareness, there's no darkness, there's not even light. There's no words can describe. There are no descriptions for it. But when from pure awareness comes this dancing consciousness, like awareness sends forth a spark of itself, which we call consciousness, and in this spark, life dances, you see, then you say, here is the dance of existence. And existence means experience. And for experience to happen, there must be contrast, there must be duality, meaning that you cannot know that something is bright unless you know there's something that's dark. You cannot know something is big unless you know there's something that's small. You don't know what is good unless you know what is evil. You see, like this. So experiencing depends on this interrelated opposite and the contrast that makes the necessary friction for experiencing to take place. So, of course, in the play, you say, how can all this darkness emerge from awareness? Not just darkness, light. If there's darkness, there's light. And so the interplay of light and darkness, night and day, is the play. But you will come to know that from which this light and this darkness comes from, where it comes from. Only when you know this, these things will not trouble you anymore. They were not meant to trouble you. They're only meant to trouble you while you're having the wrong identity, the wrong idea of yourself. You'll be troubled. When you find the truth of yourself, not the true identity, the truth of yourself, these things will go. That's how it works. Can we, every individual, create a better future for our children by getting to know who we truly are? Of course it is. Of course it is. Thank you for showing me the door to myself. I want you to not just to show you the door, okay, but what is appearing to be behind the door is your own self. You are the one searching for your own self, but are there two of you? May you be healthy, may you be safe. Warmest regards, Juliet. You see, there are many things I could say to you. Some I've said just now, but there are many things I could say to you, but it would be more best expressed in the environment of our talks when we meet in Satsang. Satsang means the search for truth, to be in the company where truth is possibly discovered. And that is Satsang. When we gather like this, and we do this on the internet, you know, we have many videos, and there are many teachers around the world sharing Satsang, but I don't know them personally, most of them, but I know in our Satsang, what it is directed towards is the realization of your true self. So I can encourage you that you continue to look, and if it resonates with you, if you can relate to what I'm speaking, you'll find in a relatively short time this feeling of sorrow or sadness and all these things, they will dissipate, they'll go, and be replaced by a joy that cannot be described, and by a peace, I call the peace of God that surpasses understanding. This is possible for you. This is my great news in life. This is my great news to introduce you to God again, to introduce you to your true self. That is my great joy, my great news. And that not just with words, but if you follow, if you pursue, you will come to the point where this becomes the actuality for you. God bless you. Dear Moojibaba, when I am quiet, I am embraced by the vast energy field or hum of aliveness. It does not change. It does not come or go. I don't see anything beyond this except mystery. It has been that way for years. I am very grateful. But occasionally, I get caught up in various vasanas. Vasanas mean some latent tendencies that keep coming up. And what about these tendencies? When they flare up, they tend to have the power to capture the being and hold it hostage somehow. That's how it will feel, you see. So occasionally I get caught up in various vasanas, even though they don't last long. It still pisses me off. I have to use this word, they use it. It means that even though these experiences don't last long, I am really tired of them. I'm really, really disgusted about them. Why? After all these years, he writes. I am 77 years old. Does this still happen to you? He's asking me. You see? Thank you for helping so many people. John Cisney, Twin Cities, Sangha, Minnesota, United States of America. Acha, okay. Again, dear Moojibaba, when I am quiet, there will come a time when you fully discover the truth, that it doesn't matter what happened outside. The peace, the quiet, the stillness, the joy does not change. It's like a vast emptiness in you, but it is full of joy and peace. You know it, you've written about it. But you say when, so I pick up on this word, when I am quiet. So sometimes you're not quiet. And the only thing that can be not quiet sometimes is your mind, not yourself. So when the mind comes up, and it is believed to be something, then you will feel you're disturbed. So again I read, when I am quiet, I am embraced by the vast energy field or hum of aliveness. It does not change. It does not come or go. Then why did you put when? Why did you put when I'm quiet? Then you say it does not come or go. The two, they don't go together, you see. You're saying that it in itself does not come or go. But I don't see anything. Let me continue. I don't see anything beyond this except mystery. It has been like this for many years. I am very grateful. But occasionally I get caught up in various vasanas. Vasanas, as I said earlier, mean some dormant, latent tendencies in the mind that when they happen, when they appear, they create a kind of storm, or they create some kind of distraction, and the mind feels very alive in a very busy way, and that becomes one's experience. Even though they don't last long, it frustrates me. He didn't use those words now. Why after all these years? Why after all these years? But when they happen for a few moments. Why give such a big importance to it? You see? It's as though, no, they should not happen. What do they show that they come? That still attention when they come, they still get food when they come. It's like somebody who comes and visits you every 20 years. Every 3 years come visit you. But every time they keep coming, because when they come and knock on your door, you get 5-star service. Then when they come, you must look at them, you must study them and find out, why do they come with such force? When other people come, I don't give them 5-star service. Why do those people get 5-star service? I am 77 years old. Does this still happen to you? What happened? that some frustration, momentary things come. They come, they blow, they go. No big deal. They are just like the wind. Is like the ocean. Is the ocean any less ocean when when the waves are ruffled? No, it's nothing. But if you think, oh, the perfect ocean is still, then when the ocean is moving, you say it's not perfect, and then this will disturb you. So don't give too much importance to these things, or look at them, but be aware of what it is that gets pulled into them, and that which is aware of even the sense of being pulled into them, that is not pulled into them, and that is your true state. And if you keep on looking with that intensity and that earnestness, you will overcome giving them importance. And when something loses importance for you, it doesn't register anymore as an experience. Thank you for helping so many people. John Sisney. Beautiful, John. Beautiful. God bless you. Read one more now. Moojibaba. Thank you for taking the time to read. My question is about my children. The anxiety felt by the whole world is creating tensions at home. I want to be positive and optimistic for them, but we are also living abroad and unsure of what is happening as police are firing guns at unharmed civilians here. My husband and I are doing our best to plan how to get home, so it is difficult to stay grounded for them. We are meditating daily and getting outside, staying healthy, but still the tension is steadily rising. What do I say to them? How to ease their fragile minds? Thank you for your advice. With adoration and love from Costa Rica, Courtney. Okay, I'm going to read your letter. I'm going to take a bit of sip of my, what is this one? This one is rooibos tea. It's a little cold now, but it's still nice though. Thank you. Yes. So here I am sitting at home, and I'm in my room, in my little hut, reading letters from so many of you from around the world who I take to be my own family, a spiritual family. And I feel tremendous love for each and every one of you. And I endeavor to read. Some of you have been to Satsang with me over the years. Some of you clearly are not so familiar in that way. I read. Moojibaba, thank you for taking the time to read. I'm reading over again. My question is about my children. I don't know how old they are, by the way. Are they little toddlers, or are they teenagers, or what age? It may affect the way that I would respond to your letter. The anxiety felt by the whole world is creating tension at home. Is it creating tension in you, in your husband, and all your children together? Does your house, the place you're staying in, does it have tension? Does it feel tension? No. The tension is inside the mind of those who are living there. Let's take a look. I want to be positive and optimistic for them. I want to be positive and optimistic. Maybe you're not truly positive and optimistic. Maybe you just want to show the face of positiveness and optimistic. And children, I don't know how old they are very perceptive. Sometimes it's good just to be honest with them. But we are also living abroad. You just say from Costa Rica. I don't know if you're writing from Costa Rica or you're trying to get back to Costa Rica. But we are also living abroad and unsure of what is happening as police are firing guns at unarmed citizens here. It doesn't sound like Costa Rica. But so anyway, wherever you are. But we are also living abroad and unsure of what is happening as police are firing guns at unharmed civilians here. My husband and I are doing our best to plan how to get home. I don't know where home is, it doesn't matter. So it is difficult to stay grounded for them. This is not the reason why they should not be grounded. If you are grounded, your children will be grounded. If you are not grounded, it's quite likely that you will pass on this kind of anxiety to them, because children are much more intuitive than they are into concepts. If they are young, they can sense more than they think. You see? We are meditating daily and getting outside. So you can go outside. Staying healthy, so you can stay healthy, but still the tension is steadily rising. The tension, is the tension out there or in here? The tension is in here. If the tension was created here, and it's natural that that's what happens, everybody becomes tense, then everybody would be tense. But clearly, not everyone is tense about it. Some people are quite relaxed, some people are quite trusting, some people are quite unafraid and quite confident, some people are very afraid and very anxious. Each one will experience differently according to their spiritual maturity. So we are meditating daily and getting outside, staying healthy, but still the tension is steadily rising. What do I say to them? Say to them, actually, darlings, I'm sorry, but I feel very, very tense inside me. I know that's not the case and not the truth for everybody. It is something that I'm feeling, and somehow I'd love to get beyond this feeling. I wonder how you are feeling. I don't want to give this tension to you, but I'm just feeling tense and like this. How to ease their fragile minds? Well, your minds seem more fragile than theirs. Maybe their children are sometimes very resilient. They take a lot from you. If they feel that you are comfortable, you're mom and dad and you're comfortable, not to say that you should pretend this, but if they feel that you are comfortable in yourself, then the world is fine for them. Their world revolves around you. They feel they're confident. If you're people who believe in God, believe in the universal consciousness, then they will pick up that vibration from you. They'll know that whatever happens is kind of okay. And you know what? They'll be right. Whatever happens, we are okay. We are not okay in our human culture about what okay means, but in your heart you will know everything is fine. God's got this one. Okay? What do I say to them to ease their fragile minds? Be honest. Watch some of my guided meditations. That will help. Just don't say, oh, let's try and get away from this. No, sit and watch some guided meditations with them. And tell them, today, darlings, we are going to have a wonderful evening and watch, a wonderful video. And I want you to listen deeply and follow and tell me, let's discuss what we feel afterwards, what we experience. This would be positive. That's what you can do for them. With adoration and love from Costa Rica, Courtney. Thank you for your advice. Thank you. Clearly, you're a mom, dad, who are very much family-minded, strongly. Taking care of your children is very important to you. Why not? It is like this for many people. Taking care of your children, if you're old enough, maybe taking care of your family, of your parents. It is challenging times for many people, great concern, but it doesn't need to plunge into this ocean of sorrow, of misery, anxiety, fear, stress. It does not need that. It does not mean this. If you look around a bit at nature, look at the birds. They're not stressed. Look at the dogs, they're not stressed. Look at even the worms, they're not stressed. Look at the sky, it's not stressed. Look at the trees, they're not stressed. Look at the ocean, it is not stressed. Feel the wind, it is not stressed. Why are you stressed? Because of some news you hear. Stop watching so much TV. Turn your TV off and either, play some games with each other. I've put some wonderful talks online that you can watch, listen, and just reflect on it. That is better than any pill. Okay? So I wish you the very, very best to you and your family, Courtney, and with you in the truest sense. God blesses you and love you. You are so loved in this world. Even if there's not one person on this planet that love you, there's love for you. There is love for you by the one who really matters, the God inside your being, the creator and sustainer of all the universes, not just little planet Earth only, who brought your body into existence for your joy. I am here to help you to discover this more deeply, more realistically, more profoundly, more everlastingly. Yeah? So, I am your friend. All the very best to you. Keep watching. Keep enjoying. Hands up. Thank you, my love. What are we doing now? I've got space. What time is it now? Okay, I give another one. Dear Mooji, I would be happy if you could bring some clarity to my confusion. In the current situation, we are told to keep distance to others. My mind finds this practice of social distancing reasonable and therefore says, it's true that I should not come close to other people in order to prevent infection. Yet my heart speaks a totally different language. Intuitively, it says, I feel so much suffering, fear, and worry. I want to embrace other, come close, touch it, give it all my love. This feels very true too. So I am in a big inner trouble and don't know what to do. Can you please help me? Lots of love from Cologne, Germany, Julian. I'm going to help you. I can help you. I hope you're open. I feel very, very much space reading this letter because I have good news for you, Julian. Listen. I start again. Dear Mooji, I would be happy if you could bring some clarity to my confusion. In the current situation, we are told to keep distance to others. My mind finds this practice of social distancing reasonable, and therefore it says, it is true that I should not come close to other people in order to prevent infection. Yet my heart speaks a totally different language. Intuitively it says, I feel so much suffering, fear, and worry. I want to embrace the other, to come close, to touch them, to give them all my love. This feels very true too. So I am in a big inner trouble and don't know what to do. Can you please help me? Now listen up. Your mind, you say, says, finds it reasonable when we are told by the government and all this, the healthcare workers and so on, to avoid practice this social distancing. So the mind says, very good, very good. It's true that I should not come close to other people in order to prevent infection. The mind agrees. Very good. Yet my heart speaks a total different language. Let's see if it is your heart. Intuitively, it says, I feel so much suffering, fear, and worry. Haha, this is not your heart, my friend. This is not your heart. This is your feeling. This is your person. This is your needy person that feels, oh, I can't stand being alone. I want to hug people. I want to hug people. You feel that you want to hug people for their good, but it's for yourself. Okay? For your mind self. I feel so much suffering, fear, and worry. I want to embrace the other, to come close, to touch them, to give them all my love. This is your mind. This feels very true too. Yeah, it feels true. It feels true because you're feeling it. You're feeling it. But you have not discerned whether this is your mind. You think the first one is the mind that says, oh, very good, we should not come close to people. That's very reasonable, very German maybe also. I don't go and touch people, stay at a distance and so on. And I would agree with that. That is a good thing to do. But then you claim it is your heart that is saying, I feel so much suffering, fear, and worry. The heart does not fear, it does not suffer, it does not worry. That is when I say heart here, I'm not talking about heart as the seat of feelings and emotion. I'm talking about heart as the self, the truth, the God core of you will not say that. It doesn't say, I want to embrace other, come close, touch them, give them all my love. It doesn't have to touch to feel love, in fact. So, if your love is true, maybe some people, the way they show love is to hug each other, and that's the idea of love. Suppose you can't hug. Does your love go away? If you love, like I love you, I'm not touching you right now, but you can feel my love, isn't it? Yes. I don't know where you are, maybe in Germany and whatever it is, but you can feel my love. I'm not touching you. I don't need to hug you right now. I hug you inside my heart. I love you in my heart. I know who you are. I respect you. I honor you as truth also. And I am encouraging you to continue to listen and to contemplate the guidances that I give you so that you will come to that conviction, that understanding experientially for yourself. So you say, the heart is saying, I want to embrace the other, to come close, to touch, to give them all my love. This feels true also. So that discernment must develop in you. That is still your mind. Your mind has all these desires. The heart doesn't have any desire. The heart is complete. The heart is complete. It is complete. It doesn't have any need. It is perfect. And yourself and heart mean same thing. So I am in a big inner trouble and don't know what to do. Well, I'll tell you what to do. Ignore that voice that, I need to go and hug. Give yourself a break. Learn to feel the love without your arms. Just feel. Love is not just even a feeling, actually. Love is not even just a feeling. Love is truth. And truth is not just a feeling. It may be that you truly feel something, but it's not necessarily true that what you feel is the truth. So don't limit truth to feeling also. It is more pure, more subtle than feeling. Can you please help me? I hope what I share with you helps you. Listen over and over again. Lots of love from Cologne in Germany, Julian. Beautiful, wonderful being. Just follow what I'm speaking. If it's not clear, listen again, or keep watching some of the other things I talk about. It's all the same. It's all about love, in fact, and truth. Very good. Very good. Dear Mooji, few words from a dying person. This virus looks like a great opportunity. Spending the days in front of the window, I watched the dance of forms inside and outside of myself. Who am I? I observed that I thought I was dying, and it is not some virus that is killing me, but the power of self-inquiry. I must tell you that inquiry, for those of you who might be looking on and don't know what is being said right now, the power of inquiry means the search by exploring into the true nature of oneself and the guidance given by one's teacher, how to follow and to come to that discovery. That is what Paulo is speaking here. Again, I go here. I observe that I thought I was dying, and it is not some virus that is killing me, but the power of the inquiry. These are dark days, but only for the ego. These are dark days, but only for the ego. Is it okay that the ego has some dark days? Yes, mostly he makes dark days. So it's just that he makes dark days that you keep thinking are okay days. The usurper descends. What's the usurper? The usurper? The U-S-U-R-P-R. U-S-U-R-P. We're going to look it up for a minute. The usurper descends from the throne, and the presence return to reign. Okay. A usurper usually tries to take someone's place on the throne rather than someone's seat on a bus. So a usurper tries to take someone's place on the throne rather than someone's seat on a bus. The king who is overthrown would consider the new king an usurper. I've never heard this word. Usurper is a strong word for someone who has taken or usurped what rightly belongs to someone else. Okay, fair enough. Fine, thank you for that. So, okay. Paulo, you have introduced a new word to me, and I had to look it up. So I'm going to start back a bit, reverse a bit. I thought I was dying, and it is not some virus that is killing me, but the power of self-inquiry. These are dark days, but only for the ego. The usurper, that means that the false one, descends from the throne. The false self has descended from the throne, and the presence returns to reign. So, the false king, which is the ego, has come down from the throne, got out of the throne, and the presence, the conscious presence, which is the true king, returns to reign, to sit on the throne. That's what he means. In the light of awareness, every feat vanishes. Feat meaning every challenge vanishes. I feel that no virus can touch me now. Thank you, Mooji. Thank you for killing me day after day and giving me back the immortality. With love, Paulo. So a quick read through again, dear Mooji, few words from a dying person. This virus looks like a great opportunity. Spending the days in front of the window, I watch the dance of forms inside and outside me. Who am I? I observe that I thought I was dying, and it is not some virus that is killing me, but the power of inquiry, of self-inquiry. These are dark days, but only for the ego. The usurper, meaning the wrong king, the false king, descends, is dethroned, so descends from the throne, and the presence, the true king, returns to reign, meaning I'm back to myself. In the light of awareness, every feat vanishes, every challenge, in the light of pure awareness that I am, all obstacles are going to vanish. I see that no virus can touch me now. So no virus, the virus of thought, of negativity, of delusion, of illusion, of fear, of false identity. That is a very, very powerful statement you are making, Paulo. Thank you, Mooji. Thank you for killing me day after day and giving me back the immortality. That is a very, very powerful letter from a young man. That's a very, very powerful letter from a young man. And I am touched by your letter. Paulo, I am full of love for you. I am full of love for anyone whose heart is turned towards the truth. Now, everybody is love, but not everyone is lovable immediately. Because when we are strongly identified with ego, like this, then it's as though you're a beautiful flower that's been put under a bucket, so nobody can enjoy you. They'll probably kick the bucket, and kick the bucket means you as a flower dies also. But when the light is shining inside you, the light of grace that allows you to be searching for what is true, then the beauty of your life begins to unfold, you see? And we can begin to enjoy you. We can enjoy each other. We can fully appreciate. In each other's presence, we feel the presence of God. This is a magnificent thing, you see? So I am very, very touched by this. I love to hear letters that also bring such inspiration and so uplifting. But I'm still the same. I'm still the same. But it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy joy. I enjoy joy. And yes. Let's see now where we go with this. Hi Mooji, I have been connected with my true self for some time, and in this growing concern for the world, I find I cannot always stay in my true self. Every time I go out and meet the community whilst gathering my shopping, this virus is talked about. From laughter to fear, everyone seems to be responding differently. If I'm at home and left alone, I can achieve balance and harmony. But when I engage or something gives me more news, or someone gives me more news, there are more opportunities for me to feel the collective fear. Now, how do I find balance in this time? How do I find balance when I engage with my fellow humans? Thank you for your kind words offered through your online videos. Take care, with love, Amanda. And I can see Amanda, and so I can see a bundle of human beings here who clearly love each other in this picture. I see arms and legs, I don't know who they belong to, but I see smiling faces, very wonderful. I'm going to read again. I have been connected. That's better. I have been connected with my true self for some time, and in this growing concern for the world, I find I cannot always stay in my true self. That is true and it's not true. Your true self does not move out of the way to let your false self come into the picture. Your true self does not have a shape. It cannot move, it cannot leave, it cannot disappear. It is the one constant there is in all of existence. It doesn't matter what planet, what galaxy you come from. That truth is the fundamental truth of all that manifests. Okay? That's yourself. But I do understand what you are experiencing. I have been connected with my true self. You say connected with. So it means like I have almost like a relationship with my true self for some time. And in this growing concern for the world, I find that I cannot always stay in my true self. You say, and in this growing concern, not of the world, but for the world, that means that the concern for the world is coming from you. I find I cannot always stay in my true self. Because when you are concerned about something, you're almost coming towards worry about it. And there's a lot of juice, a lot of energy pouring out from you. So of course you're not going to be in your peace because you're a bit concerned, you're a bit worried. Every time I go out and meet the community whilst gathering my shopping, this virus is talked about. So everywhere you go, Amanda, people are talking about the virus and coronavirus. From laughter to fear, everyone seems to be responding differently. Some people are laughing about it, some people are panicking about it, but everybody seems to be responding and differently. If I am at home and left alone, I can achieve balance and harmony. The one you're speaking from is that which is growing in consciousness, in self-awareness, but is not fully stabilized in the fullness of your truth. If I'm at home and left alone, I can achieve balance and harmony. So your natural self, there's natural balance and harmony there. So much so, and so natural that it doesn't even concern, probably doesn't even know the word harmony and balance. Not in an intimate sense. It knows it some distance. In the world of the mind we talk about such things. But it is the perfect self. So you're not speaking from the perfect self when you say, if I'm at home and left alone, that's a condition. So long as I'm left alone, I can achieve balance and harmony. But when I engaged or someone else gives me more news, there are more opportunities for me to feel the collective fear. And it's not so bad. You obviously also have compassion inside your heart. But compassion is not contrary to self-realization. You can feel for others. You can feel for them in that side of you that feels compassion for other beings. If you see someone suffering, you try to help and assist them. You don't just go away feeling upset. You participate to alleviate their suffering. It is okay that you are touched by the suffering of others. But when it is that we are suffering just by hearing about fear, hearing things, then I think we lose our peace too quickly, when in fact you don't need to lose it at all, actually. When I engage or someone gives me more news, there are more opportunities for me to feel the collective fear. You can feel the collective fear, you can sense it, but you do not need to identify with it. Just like you're sitting and a lovely smell of freshly baked bread come in. It's beautiful, but you don't have to have it. Suppose you're on a diet or something, or you're not supposed. You suppose you are, you are gluten intolerant, and still the gluten bread may smell very beautiful. You smell it, but you're not going to run in the kitchen with a knife to cut a piece of bread for yourself. Oh, you might, but I mean, don't spoil my example. What I mean is that you can simply be aware of that, but without any real change in yourself. Awareness doesn't have to change when a new item appears in it. It changes. It's not a chameleon that changes color. You see, nothing changes. The color may change, but it does. But the awareness of the color change is not changing. This is something that I need to point out to you today. So how do I find balance in this time? You will find balance. You cannot make balance. You will find balance when you pay attention. Of course, you have to go and do shopping and so on like that. But when you are by yourself, spend a bit more time following my pointing, what I'm pointing to when I have my talks. What is it I'm trying to convey? That everything that appears in the mind comes and goes. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, ideas, they come and go. But that which notices them does not come and go. It is a constant. Be in this place of the constant, meaning not by trying to be constant. No, recognize the constancy is there. The constancy is not someone's achievement. It is your reality. Pay attention to that. So that's how you say you'll come to recognize balance. How to find balance when I engage with other fellow humans? Well, when you are by yourself and you followed my advice and you keep checking in and verifying that, my gosh, all these things are moving, but they are watched from some unmoving place. And you will naturally feel attracted to that because you'll feel how immediately calm and relaxed and surrendered you are when you notice this. So when you do this, you will find that when you are with other people, you will not feel off balance. you'll feel still stable. You'll understand and you'll feel compassion for them, but you will not be pulled out of your own peace. So thank you for your kind words offered through your online videos. Take care. With love, Amanda. All the very best, Amanda. All peace to you and your family and everyone. Bless you. Okay, let's see now. Eyes are getting a little tired. Dear Moojibaba, I hope this email finds you well. Something I am really struggling with during this time is the feeling that I am not making good use of it or of life in general. I feel as if we are all being given time to both do and be. In allowing and going inward to simply be, it feels as if I am being too passive. But getting my mind involved and trying to think my way through, it isn't helping either. I feel lost and useless. Your book, The Mala of God, arrived today, which added some additional joy to my day. With all the love I know, Rebecca. A nice letter, Rebecca. Let me catch up. I hope you find this email finds you well. Something I am really struggling with during this time is the feeling that I'm not making good use of it or of life in general. Making use of it, I would say, of the opportunity you have to be by yourself. I'm assuming that's what you mean. I feel as if we are all being given time to both do and being. Yes, we are given time. It's a restricted movement, so we say that we are in, what's the word? Quarantine. We're in quarantine. Quarantine means that you don't have freedom to just move about as freely. But you can move about. There's always some space for us to move about. Now, I want to remind you that there have been times when people in very, very poor situations, particularly in some wars where great injustices have taken place, and there are people who have been captured as prisoners, and they're sometime in a room that maybe is only, 4 meters by 3 meters, and they have 20 people in that space. And they're living in that space day and night. That is also a kind of quarantine, or you may call it jail. And some of them cannot even lie down. They cannot all lie down together. Some have to lie down, others have to stand up, some have to sit. Can you imagine such a restriction? You don't have that kind of restriction. But nevertheless, I can grant you that we are restricted and we're not used to that. And I say it is good to experience something you're not used to also. What does it do? It widens you. It stretches your consciousness. And in a strange way, sometimes by being restrained, we grow. This is another thing. Internally, if you cannot grow outwardly, you have to grow inwardly. And now you're right. In allowing and going inward to simply be, it feels as if I'm being too passive. Yes, either we are not used to this. So initially, I guess some prisoners, when they're first caught and sentenced to go to jail or prison, they go there at first, they don't know what to do. Some are like that. Some are screaming and they make a lot of noise and a lot of fuss as though it's going to get them somewhere, sometimes more trouble. And then after a while, they get it out. They get their frustration out and they come down to some kind of level of calmness. Others may just come and it feels like it's not a big deal to them, even if they've not been there before. They sit there and they have a very, very lethargic kind of energy. They feel like, they don't even want to think or nothing like that. You're saying, in allowing and going inward to simply be, it feels as if I'm being too passive. That can happen, but don't judge yourself. Please avoid making premature conclusions about anything you experience. Like this, you will not feel entrapped by any feeling. Everything comes and goes. Now you continue. But getting my mind involved and trying to think my way through it isn't helping either. This you also don't have to do. This option, they are not these two contrasts, either to be too passive or using your mind to try and figure out what you should do. Neither of these are. Sometimes being passive can be positive and being passive can be negative. If you're positively passive, it means that you're calm and you don't make a shape out of yourself too quickly. You become calm. You're aware of your own calmness. You're aware of your body. And you sit there and, by being positively passive, you begin to experience a very good sense of okayness, of even peace, and you begin to enjoy your silence. If you're being negatively passive, then you start to scratch about, you start to feel in your mind a feeling of boredom, you feel limited and so on. That's passive, the negative passivity. But getting my mind involved and trying to think my way through it isn't helping either. Don't bother with that. It's better you just stop. I feel lost and useless. I'm going to give you a little exercise, Rebecca. The exercise is this. You are here, wherever you are in this moment. Just sit yourself down, be comfortable for now. And don't try and reach for anything to think about except what I'm sharing with you now. Simply be aware, put your awareness just on being present. Your body is here. Your breathing is here. You know you're here. When I say you know you are here, let's say that the you which has got a history, which has got personality and desires and attachments and fears, I'm not going to include that as you. These are just your feelings and your experiences and thoughts. I'm going to speak about a deeper sense of yourself. Just the knowing, the sense I am, but not personally. Just that you know you are. Just this knowingness. Be conscious of this natural knowingness. Now that may seem very simplistic, even oversimplistic, or even a kind of boring thing to say, but I want you to take it to heart. Be empty of everything else, and you'll find that there's a deep sense in you of just your existence. Stay with this natural sense of existence and don't allow your mind or attention to drift off and pick up other thoughts or follow any sort of thought flow. Okay? Just do that. Stay as you are. Don't pick up anything new. Don't go anywhere. And one more thing, don't be waiting for, okay, what now or what next? No next. Just be. And see if you can sit like this for 10 minutes. Don't keep looking at the clock. Just for 10 minutes. Conscious. Don't go to sleep. Again, just the sense of being. No story, no history, no memory. Just immediately, directly, right now, right here. Not thinking, just aware. And watch that your attention doesn't drift off with some thoughts anywhere. If some thoughts come, yes, they come. They also go. If you don't pick them up, they go by themselves. You don't even have to push it. You only keep your attention, or just be aware that you are aware itself. And stay with this without waiting. So this leads to an intensity, a concentratedness of being. And I want you to pay attention to what arises in you. It may feel like a little tension, a little stress, but it is not. It is something very unusual. It is a sort of a quiet joy and an emptiness in you that is unlike anything else that you experience with your mind. Be aware of this. Don't be afraid of this. Be aware of this. Fix your attention on this and get used to this feeling of emptiness. But don't judge it. It is not a negative state. It's not even a positive state. It is like a stateless state. It is not something you're seeing with your eyes in your head. It is with the eyes of awareness that you are resting in yourself. And I want to encourage you by telling you that this is one of the most powerful things you can discover. It is going to make everything in your system more healthy. You're going to be able to use your mind well without a lot of distractedness. Any sense of agitation or fear or stress or worry will become much weaker. And I would encourage you to do this whenever you feel like it. Find a quiet place and go and sit by yourself and do exactly what I have just shared with you. And gradually, you're building up some inner force, a beautiful power. Not a power over anyone, but the power of your own consciousness. Follow that and continue also to watch the videos. Even this exercise will help you to understand or to grasp and to experience what I'm sharing in my talks more. And I support you totally in my heart for this. I love your letter. You're a young person who is really developing internally, and I love that. And my heart just wants to encourage you, to remind you that your existence is a wonderful existence. Your spirit is pure and eternal. But I want you not just to hear me, but to know that and experience this. So, Rebecca, all my love to you, and let's see how you get along. Okay? So, very good. Well, that was quite a little marathon. I have to say that I feel very happy to have the opportunity, because I know that so many people have a lot to share and to ask at this time, when it's clearly a very challenging time for many people, and with such a widespread, a pandemic at the moment, actually, in many cases. I feel that the kind of panic and stress button has gone too high. I don't feel there's a real need for that. And so I felt I would take the opportunity to come and to offer some space where people could write and I could respond to your letters. I have to admit that it's been quite a joy for me to read what many of you have to share, and to find responses that feel in synchronicity with my heart's emptiness and joy. Love you, love you, love you. Look forward to our next time when we will continue to read more letters, okay? But for now, have a wonderful day wherever you are. God bless you. Remember that I have no bad news for you. I have no bad news for you. I only have truth as much as it is revealed in my heart. I love you. I know that God loves you. The universe loves you. And in all of your varying ways of manifestation. And I've come to share this message with you, a message of a good news, goodwill, God's love, and your great beingness. Have a wonderful day.